Too much.
But ankle deep water right there too. Not very forgiving at the bottom of the wave here at Pipeline and Backdoor. We talked about the risk factor and degree of difficulty always ever present as Nolan Keolana getting word, also doing just a lot of daily rescues and helping and assistance during the high surf rescue shooting.
Oh,
there were things that rescue shooting.
Oh,
there were things that were able to fit in his way out. So the body control, the contortionist, small kind of Houdini.
Because he's got such a unique approach to riding waves. So here we go at Pipeline. Stalls, slows down, controls that speed. Then he picks it up with a little pump. Nice little one at Pipe. Also known to ride some unique boards these days. So him and I know Koa Smith as well ride sometimes those asymmetrical boards. And
yeah, not a conventional style as far as his surfing, but very aesthetically pleasing. Reminds me of like a Hawaiian or like a Maui's Maui Dane Reynolds.
Okay,
you know, just really similar approach in my life. Can do just the craziest progressive maneuvers, but then just has some classic moments of really stylish and unique approach, you know?
Right. And I mean, maybe you're associating those two because in Quicksilver had a series of videos called The Young Guns.
Okay.
And Dane and Clay were some of the highlight packages of that series. And so, yeah, you're right. They're very unique, very aggressive yet stylish.
Yeah.
Right? That's sort of the trick with surfing, to be aggressive in the sense that when you're doing your turns, when you're hitting the lip, you're throwing everything to maximize the amount of power.
Right.
I know in Hawaii, especially growing up as a kid here, you'd hear that a lot. Like, oh, gotta put more power.
Yeah, you need more mana in your turns. And speaking of power, a power surfer, a powerhouse at Pipeline, Mahina standing by with Kala. Take it away, Mahina.
Aloha, guys. Mahina down here with Team North Shore Kala Gray. It seemed like you were really, really kind of moving around, staying a little busy, and then towards the end, you kind of had that pretty bad wipeout. Yeah. In my point of view, I feel like if you stuck it, you would have got one of the best scores. Kind of talk me through that.
Yeah, I didn't really get much this contest yet, so I didn't want to sit and wait like all my last heat. So I was just staying active, trying to do what Barron did in the last heat and get some scores. And then I was doing all right till the last second. I had a pretty gnarly wave, and it's really scary. Really scary, actually.
So you've had an injury back in the past, and obviously you recovered from it.
Mason.
Wow. We do have Mason Ho riding up in the wave. That was a sick one. It's all good. But you did where it was a really, now you're still putting yourself out there. How has the family aspect in you surfing Pipe changed over the years?
That's a really good question. I kind of definitely surf events differently. Like, winning would be great, but I'm not here to win. I'm just here to take part and score good waves with my friends with nobody out. This is the real trophy right here. So yeah, I'm just here to have fun and not do what I just did in my last heat. But it is part of it. We are risking it all on waves like that. So it is scary, but coming in to win for me, for sure.
Well, I'm super glad that you're super safe, and we got to go because Haumea's kind of having a little moment. But
she wants to walk around.
But it's super nice. You're all good. You're fine. Hopefully that you get more waves, and then back to you guys up in the booth.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
Hey, mahalo Mahina, mahalo Kala, and totally perfectly said. This is the real trophy, right? Being a dad, being a parent, really, probably cliche-ish or stated many times over, life-changing, Yep. And you heard, legitimately, that last wave, that wipeout was no joke. You know, falling in the trough of the wave like that, probably got pulled back over the falls. That's when you get the really hard impact, potentially with the reef. So scary wipeout. Nonetheless, we got Mason Ho that was on a wave during that interview. Kala's like getting interviewed as we watch Moniz. So the Hawaiians, Mason Ho on the wave before that, Josh Moniz right there, and
Team
Kala's like getting interviews like, oh, right there, my cousin, surfing on the wave right now.
It's my cousin over there.
For real, my cousin.
Oh, I love that.
You know, in Hawaii, we always call everybody cousin. Huh? That's his legitimate first cousin.
Replay of Mason Ho.
Oh, beautifully done. Comes out of a kind of a spitball and right into the big unsuccessful air launch. And then Josh Moniz.
Seems like everybody's having fun doing these throwaway airs at the end of the wave.
Yeah, going for the double grab, kind of rodeo flip.
Probably because you're coming out of the barrel with so much speed and probably also so much kind of energy.
The adrenaline,
the stoke. And then you see this little ramp, right? If you're going like Mach speed and there's some little steep ramp, it's like, might as well.
Why not?
And over the years, most surfers, because they're riding, equipment that's more suited for pipeline, they're not riding boards that are necessarily aerial type of shapes. So usually, people will just, kick out and not really successful. On occasion, you'll get some successful ones that are often a little mind-blowing.
Yeah, and I've been kind of coining the phrase burial.
Burial.
For getting barreled and then coming out and doing a big aerial. That kind of combination, as I was saying the other day on the broadcast, the adrenaline and the stoke of being inside of a wave. There's nothing like it. You're in this moving being and, but there's air in there. You're not underwater, but you're in the water. And coming out of that, every surfer's dream to be in a barrel at some point. And once you get one, you're like, I got to have more. But then being up, flying above the wave, in the air, also probably maybe the second best amazing feeling as a surfer. And as you progress and get better at surfing, your boards get smaller, talking to all the intermediate and beginner surfers out there, you find the section, if you can get enough speed, oh man, you want to launch in air like so bad. You see other people do it. It looks so fun. And here at Pipe, now that these guys these days are riding smaller boards, there are more scenes and availability of that type of exit where the ramp is there. You got all this speed, you got all this adrenaline. It's got to go somewhere, and it's going to go up in the air.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of that. We're talking about mana is the term for this kind of energy, adrenaline, this also like a spiritual power, and the ocean definitely carries mana with it. And on the North Shore, a lot of times people refer to the waves in Hawaii as having a unique amount of mana. Like, it's be like, well, pound for pound, still, even though, other waves are tall, something about the North Shore that is known for its power. And also, I mentioned earlier, power surfing, right? To be able to, match that mana of the ocean here on the North Shore and in Hawaii with power surfing. And a lot of our, surfers are from Hawaii recognized as their power surfers. I think of many of them. One that comes to mind would be Sonny Garcia, who is known for leaning into big frontside carves and putting all of that, all of his weight into these powerful waves, particularly at Haleiwa. And of course Sunset and elsewhere. He
dominated
had a lot of success,
for a decade plus.
All the Triple Crowns. I think he had the most Triple Crown wins of anyone.
The first grandfather to win an XL Pro or HIC Pro at Sunset.
Right. So if you're just joining us, we're into round 5, and this is heat number 3.
Oh, I was going to say that on your conversation of the power of the waves. And a lot of times you hear it, and we use the word juice. There's just more juice. Like you get a 3 or 4 foot wave in California or Florida, and it'll just feel like you got slapped. 3 or 4 foot wave, feel like somebody just gave you a little love tap. That same kind of wave here, same size, dimensions, and everything. It'll feel like the rock elbow drop.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
that
Marzo.
layback action.
Can't hold it, but that was the water cam looking in from Hawaiian Water Patrol. Media teaming up to give us some epic in-the-barrel tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision.
Oh, the tunnel vision cam. I'm going to call it that.
That was cool. He did that, his signature frontside layback in the barrel, but got caught up and then tossed over the falls.
Yeah, we're going to look at this tunnel vision shot. Clay, the layback, looking for the exit, but kind of just got sucked up the face a little too much, which is always a risk when you're doing that layback maneuver.
Yeah.
As the drone shot, looking as the minor bird flies.
Yes. That interview with Kala Grace, a kind of cool perspective. And here at the Backdoor Shootout, you have a wide range of surfers who are, for example, we have some that are on the championship or pipeline specialists. We have some who are Pampas, some who are juniors or like teenagers. So, but all of them very skilled and entertaining to watch. And we've got our groups on the sand here, spectators appreciating this beautiful morning here in Hawaii on a Tuesday, and enjoying this beautiful scenery here at the North Shore, checking out this drone footage.
That is Keiki Beach Bungalows in the distance right there, our presenting sponsor. Thank you guys so much, Greg and Annie and all of the crew at Keiki Beach Bungalows. Great service. More of a chill, layback vacation vibe. You like the hotel and resort style. Yeah, head up to Ritz-Carlton, but it's nice. Man, talk about a great stay to combo those two up. Kind of pamper and spoil yourself over there with all the kind of amenities, whatever. But Keiki Beach Bungalow, just kind of like your little quiet paradise, just the sounds of the waves pounding the shore, and then a little bit of walk to Sharks Cove for some summertime snorkeling if you're here during that time of year. Walk on the bike path over the pipeline, check out the action there. Got the food trucks, Pupukea Grill right there. So a lot of cool places within walking distance of Keiki Beach Bungalows. And then, of course, take a short drive to Haleiwa, do all the shops and restaurants there, and come up to Lele's at Turtle Bay. Uncle Ian and the gang cruise with us over there. It's a super good time, good food, and Keiki Beach Bungalow. Definitely centrally located on the North Shore, so you can get to everywhere within a few minutes.
Wow, you just narrated the whole tour for us. That was beautiful.
And looking at the other stretch of the North Shore coast towards Mount Ka'ala, Mokuleia, and a lot of great surf on that side when the winds are favorable, and even when it's not. If you don't mind, a little lump in your mashed potatoes, you like chunky peanut butter, right. You can go over to Mokuleia, find some fun waves by yourself.
Yeah, cool. Got this.
Yeah, 2025 Instagram secrets out.
Yeah, so I love that. You gave us a bit of a tour recommendation for the North Shore from going to Haleiwa and checking out Matsumoto Shave Ice, of course, is a famous one.
That's a staple.
And Haleiwa. There's
beautiful pipeline promenade, I like to say.
Yeah, again, Oahu is made up of 2 mountain ranges, and they're pretty long ones. You got the Waianae mountain ranges we were looking at over there towards Mokuleia side and the Waianae coast. Then on this northeast side of the island, we've got Ko'olau's. And this is the beginning of the stretch of Ko'olau's. Ko'olauloa is the district, starts at Waimea Bay, and that mountain stretch of Ko'olau goes all the way down to the end, the south end of the island where Makapu'u is.
Yeah, that's a long ways.
It's a long stretch.
Because
Beautiful hiking.
and if you look at a map, we're going to get geographical on you guys now, and geological as well.
There we go.
So the islands kind of run in a 45-degree angle somewhat, with a little bend in it. As rainbow off in the distance there on the horizon.
There we go.
Kauai would be the oldest island. And you can tell by how steep the valleys are, how much sandy beaches there are. It's almost entirely a sandy beach almost all the way around.
Right.
And that's the erosion over time. At Oahu, the next oldest island with the two distinct mountain ranges. And I know Mount Waialeale on Kauai, the rainiest place on the planet. But what are the different ranges or mountains on Kauai? It seems to me like it's just one conglomerate or one connected mountain area.
Kauai definitely is almost the closest thing we have to a perfect circle.
Yes.
And you have some beautiful features though on the Napali coastline. On the northeast sides of most of our islands, you get like these sheer cliffs. So Molokai is known for those as well, these sea cliffs. On Oahu's east side, Ka'ava and so forth, where Kuloa Ranch is, you'll see these really steep sea cliffs. And so anyway, but on Kauai, some of the features too is Waimea Canyon, a beautiful canyon, the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Josh Moniz.
A relatively small island. Kauai has so many different features. When you think about Waimea Canyon and then the lush, forests and rainforest and the freshwater waterways there, the grottos and things like that. And then you get to Maui and you have the very two distinct, Haleakala and the West Maui Mountains.
Right.
What would be the Hawaiian, if you know, Hawaiian name for that area, the West Maui Mountains? I've only heard it called that.
Yeah, I mean, you have different features. I would have to look up all the names, but I mean, you've got, of course, Lahaina along those West Maui Mountains. There's a lot of really cool features that you can explore in that area.
And that is Clay Marzo grabbing his rail, a little cool kind of stylish knee bend. With I don't know, not like
drop
knock
knee,
not like Mark Richards kind of a drop knee technique, sliding them forward and a little further up toward the mid portion of the board too.
Yeah, and his feet a little closer together than
a little closer stance. Yeah, I like that approach, and always looks good, and we'll see exactly what it looked like. Thanks to our replay cam. Yeah, drop knee for sure. You're right. Is on the board. And a really, like you said, a tight stance, almost like he was standing on a skateboard. A long time ago, we became friends with Danny Way, the pro skater. Started the DC Shoe Company way back when. But he was friends with Freddie P. And Big Fred. And they knew each other from back when. And so he came to hang out with us. Got a fun picture of me, my brother Mags, Danny Way, Big Fred, and Little Fred. We called Freddie P. Little Fred back then.
Okay.
And Freddie P. Jr. And when we would go surfing with him, I said, bruh, you can widen your stance a little bit, He's so used to riding a skateboard that's only 2 feet long, and he's on a surfboard with the same stance. It looks so funny when he was surfing, but he was, obviously very natural from skateboarding to surfing.
Yeah.
But Danny Way with the closest stance, bro. It's hey, you can move them apart, Classic stuff. Isaiah Walker, Rocky Cannon. Good morning, aloha.
Yeah, aloha.
Thanks for joining us, Iolani Adams. Ezra said it's Takeoff Tuesday.
Takeoff Tuesday.
Just call it a day, bro.
No, I was looking at the forecast and I saw that the surf was going to be good today, and we're running out of days to hold the event, so pulled the trigger. It was a right call. And so hopefully you're enjoying this. Maybe you're sneaking at work, listening to us on the side.
Opening another window.
We don't mind. We
watching a little bit here, watching a little bit there. It's all good. Just make sure you got your work screen queued up to do the quick click. And make sure the the boss is okay with that. So checking out the homeschoolers right there.
Homeschoolers.
Chilling on the pipe rocks. Yeah, bro. It's all about PE today, bro.
Oh man, I have to say, I become the grumpy uncle when I see kids that.
Oh
are
gosh,
in school.
yeah. Especially when they're trying to take your waves.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? We had to go to school, and now you out here, you know, party waving with me on a school day. But
you know, I'm using air finger quotes, homeschool. But I actually did that for my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
My mom entertained. My mom's a retired public school teacher. Shout out, Mom, Miss Mags, and
awesome.
Did some time at Nanakuli. We'll watch this wave here
Mason
for
on
Mason.
A steep late drop, pulls in at backdoor, hit the
beautiful.
spit. There you go.
Yeah, nice job. The wave, we saw the potential setting up. 3:20 remaining. Mason's going to bring this one as far as he can, sporting the dad stash. It looks like from a distance, but
kids are inspired.
You know, I did homeschooling. And I decided to go back to school.
Yeah.
I really missed the social aspect of it. But a great time. As Mason having a great time. He's not in school. He's already, he's working.
Yeah, he is.
And
right.
Mason on that little bit longer board. Not shy to keep it old school like that.
A little bit longer for most of our competitors, but quite a bit shorter compared to what he was riding on the other days of the event.
With the wave size being much more tame today as far as height of waves, size of waves. And I would venture to guess Mason might be on the longest board of all the competitors.
Yeah.
Because these days, seems like the shorter board is preferred to take off even later, if that's possible at Pipeline.
Yep.
And also to be able to maneuver once you're coming out of the barrel.
We have a party wave here. Team Spirit.
Yeah.
Clay Marzo.
Clay pulling rank on Parker.
Out the back, this might be Benji Brandt.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet this round 5, but he's had some ringers in the past. I mean, may have been so close to winning this event in years past with the amount of barrels and the...
I believe he did win one.
I was going to say, I could possibly say he is a shootout
Former champion. I'd like to say so because I believe he was. I know Snap 5 is one, and maybe that's where...
they have been. They've had a team victory. That's correct.
And if you haven't seen any of these Snap series, check out Snap 4. Snap 5 is coming up. Benji Brand's section in that is just him just getting drained on big heavy waves at Pipeline.
Yeah.
So super cool to see Snap 5 in this heat, but also to watch their films of some of the best surfing you'll watch.
There's
like
Hawaiian Water Patrol getting Benji back to shore. Just under a minute remaining.
Yeah, Benji, maybe wasn't feeling it. I don't know if he on change of equipment or he's like, there's 1 minute left. I'm done.
Yeah, yep. And
that's when you know you've had a good run at the shootout when you're like, all right, we've done this 5 times now. There's a minute left. I'm good.
Man, I would be staying out like after the horn to try to get one more to come in, like such a privilege and a blessing to surfing pipe and 4 of your friends.
Well, we're talking about
sport right there. Benji exercising his duty as a professional surfer, entertaining the fans and the crowd. A professional surfer, not a person who collects little blue elf creature things. That will be a professional smurfer. But with that, we are going to take you to a short commercial break. We'll be back with more the Hui BackDoor Shootout action right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Chew.
Snap two, bringing it back.
The 2025 Hui BackDoor Shootout is presented by Keiki Beach Bungalows. Special mahalos to the members of the Hui o He'enalu and these great sponsors: North Shore Club, White Claw, Hawaii Volcanic Water, Haleiwa Distillery, Saltwater Society, Na Menihuni Umi Kumaono, and Excel Haleiwa. This live broadcast is produced by Zone Media, creators of Ocean Paddler TV, Hawaiian Extreme Sports TV, and In the Zone.
Aloha kakai aka kako, and good morning. We're here at the 2025 Hui BackDoor Shootout. We're into round number 5, day number 4, and we've got in the water right now Team Japan, and we've got Shinpei Horiguchi, Ryaru Ito, Riku Matsumoto, Shogo Harada, and Kenshin Matsunaga. So in the booth here, we got I'm Isaiah Walker, and we've got Ezra Rodriguez back in the booth here. Ezra, that last heat with Team Snap 5 had some incredible barrel rides. We saw Mason get a couple good ones. We saw Josh Moniz.
Yes.
We saw Clay Marzo and others getting some sick barrels. We're stoked to be here on this Aloha Tuesday.
Super happy.
Grateful to those of you that are chiming in and watching.
Yep.
And we were talking earlier with Rocky about how, it's okay if you're at work and you got your screen up.
Yeah.
So
your cell phone.
My duties at BYU, Hawaii. I was a professor there in the history department for 17 years, but in the last 4 years I've been in administration as the academic vice president at the school. And so part of my job is I work with there's 6 deans at our university, and each of the deans of a certain area. And one of our deans here, Nancy Tarafiti from Aotearoa, New Zealand, is one of the best surf fans ever, watches all the events, and she texted me, which was pretty brave, texted her boss saying, I'm watching right now at work.
That's cool.
So, awesome work. Appreciate you. Love you, Nancy. Thanks for
New Zealand.
Keeping it live there.
They have a consulate.
Work.
They used to have a consulate house right there in the Kahala Ave, too. Awesome stuff. And, look at our Team Japan. Shout out to Japan. Aloha. And these guys have been heavy charging. And check out their highlights right here from 3 and 4 coming up right here.
Late, steep, deep. Oh, my goodness.
Gotta pay to play, Isaiah. Beautiful off the bottom, right under the hood. Getting a slight cover up, and then Shinpei Horiguchi up and riding.
Shinpei is like the uncle in this division. Yeah. He's been out here at Pipeline for many years, getting barreled here at BackDoor.
Yeah, and here we go. Ryaru, deep in the tube.
This was one of the highlights ones. This was Ryuku Ito.
Yep. And this guy, nice and deep backdoor. That was one of our better backdoors. And here we go. He goes sliding, double grab, obliterated out of the tube there. And here he is again, another double grab.
Ryaru Ito.
Yes,
incredible surfing here at Pipeline.
Look at him on fire. He's just got a whole segment to himself.
He did. Friday morning, he was on fire. Yeah. Incredible surfer. He's done well competitively as well. And he had one of the higher scores on that Friday morning with an 8.83 in his backdoor wave. So Team Japan always showing up with strong showing and amazing team. In fact, one thing I love about the backdoor shootout, a lot of people recognize the backdoor shootout is pretty locally run endeavor with, with a Hawaiian vibe and Kanaka roots with Hui Nalu,
Yeah.
but it's also an international event. We have a team, as you saw this morning, a team from Peru, a team from Japan, and we have surfers from all over the world in different categories. We also have women in the event mixed up with the men, which doesn't happen at other events. So a real cool, diverse environment here at the Backdoor Shootout.
Very exciting.
And Team Japan always sending it here at Pipeline.
Prestige.
We watch live action.
Right into the rut and dropping down, not liking what he sees.
Right, that was Riku.
Yeah, Riku Matsumoto, already hard charging, really young man. I believe he's 19 years old, and super stoked to have him here with us. And like you were saying, these guys have come over here, shown their aloha and respect, and also one of our Hui Heinalu legacy, Vika David Stant Jr., okay, and he's a massive football player and iconic Kanaka up there in Japan. And later on today, if everything works out well, I'm going to get the boss man, Eddie Rothman, David Kavika Stant Jr. up in the booth to call some waves and talk about some roots, culture, and history, also with President Rich Stevens. So that'll be coming up later today.
Yeah, I mean, David Stant, as you said, Junior, his father, Kavika Stant, one of the founders, founding members of the Hui Nalu. And David Stant, big local brother, Hawaiian. But what people may not realize, he speaks Japanese fluently.
Yes, amazing.
Lived in Japan different times.
Amazing surfer, but football iconic star coming out of the islands over here.
I mean, coached football there. Was also a player. Him along with Mahina's husband, Rich, at the University of Hawaii, were standouts there. David Stant was also, I said earlier, coaching professional football in Japan, but also did a little stint with Kamehameha Schools when they won the state title when he was their coach. So,
wow, I like that. Yeah. And, surf legacy as well. This guy is a surfing man,
I was I don't want to be too redundant with a lot of the stories that I share, so I was kind of reviewing watching some of the old backdoor shootouts and make sure I didn't want to bring something new to the table today.
Right.
And we're talking about football players and Hawaiians, and today I'm going to be sharing some stories about an influential person in Hawaiian history called Ioane, John Henry Wise, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Before we get back to the action, we're going to go down to the beach, check out some with Mahina. She's got someone down there from our last heat.
Ho. Awesome stuff.
With the Team Stat 5, obviously, it's definitely changed a lot, and I feel like you've been kind of riding some pretty big boards out there, and then I feel like your equipment today kind of helped you out with that last wave. How did you feel?
Yeah, I've been riding some really big boards just because the waves have seemed really big, but today it's kind of a little more calm, so I got the smallest board that I've used so far. It's like not in the 7-foot range, so it was fun to ride like a smaller board, and I was almost thinking my other heats I did kind of average, and I was thinking maybe I was scaring the waves away with how ready I was with my nice big board. So I was like, I hope he's okay. But so today I was thinking, I'll ride my smaller board, and maybe the waves will be like, hey, let's get them now. But then it was still big enough to maybe catch one or two. So
I feel like your heat strategies has been like sit out the back, second, maybe third reef. What was that reason?
Yeah, I mean, on the other days it was just to stay having fun, because I think one of those days or two there was the morning there was a quick little nice window, and I was just unlucky enough not to be in it. So when it got a little crazy and outside, I was like, I'll still go have fun, and we'll still get barreled and have fun, But it was. Yeah, and it made it a lot more nice, but this time I got to sit on the inside. I kind of just sat and hung it out with everyone, and it was nice to feel the wave kind of go over me, and I was like, I'm still paddling. This is what everyone feels, all the normal people.
Well, obviously with your have fun attitude and that kind of stuff, I do have to say I feel like you kind of copied me on my airbrush. So
nice,
with all the tie-dye.
Oh yeah, no, I love tie-dye. That's funny. Wait, I'm older than you though. I used to wear tie-dye. But yeah, no, I might have copied you. I love, I've been loving the colors, and then Matt Biolis' daughter, Ryder Biolis, has been doing them, and I just kind of let her do whatever she wants, and I think when she hit a couple tie-dyes, I was like, oh my gosh, like freaking out. So she was like, no, like noted. So now she does like, yeah, this is the latest one. Super happy on it.
Well, I'm glad that the tie-dye is kind of matching your vibe out there and matching your whole personality and stuff. And then hopefully we can get more tie-dyes in the barrel. And yeah, wish you all the best, and we'll see you in the next round. And back to you guys in the booth.
Oh, wow. Mason Ho, one of the most frothiest guys in our sport of surfing, well explained. Also, him and Jamie got a podcast going, very interesting dynamic, too. And,
yeah, that's a fun show, the
yeah.
Jamie O and Mason Ho show.
Yeah.
Here we go, pulling in.
Wow. Nice backside thread, but he's not going to make it. And
Right, that was Shogo on the left
Shogo.
and Shinpei going right. A split peak there. We'll try and see what happened at backdoor on that last one.
And
But
Rico.
Shogo got a little clamped on the end, but got a little bit of tube time before getting closed out.
Yeah, there's Shinpei right there in Aints where you don't want to be, but no problem as you've seen this guy take a huge one on the head on Sunday and Saturday. And
Yeah,
we're
tough.
back.
Took a licking, keep on ticking.
Oh, this guy puts in his time. Big smile. He was told me this morning he took a little break, rest muscle, and here he comes. He's going to go look for the jet ski assist, possibly. But he can make it back out to Aints. I mean, these guys Sunday getting stuck on the inside of backdoor was no joke. You had to handle your stuff. 17:40 left on the clock. During our interview with Mason Ho, we had Rico Matsumoto with a pretty hefty wipeout.
Yeah.
But he's going to shake that off, and he's back out there.
Yeah, so Ezra, today I want to bring, probably when there's moments, I got to remember to keep things short and condensed, but I want to really focus on one individual today. His name is Ioane John Henry Wise, and I like this guy because even I think amongst our Hawaiian community, few really know his. And Ron
He's
Williams,
in your book, isn't he?
He is.
Yes.
Ron Williams Jr., however, is a great historian who runs the archives in Hawaii State Archives. Has spent a bit of time researching this individual. So, but we're talking about David Stant and football and so forth. So John Henry Wise, his story overlaps with so many of ours I'll be sharing today. This is the backdoor wave of Shinpei. Just a quick in and out. And this was Shogo on the left, riding high. Unfortunately, doesn't make it out. Here we go, live action.
Nice. Making it out. Looks like Kenshin. Yeah, so Kenshin Matsunaga out there with his team.
Yeah, I love that airbrush. It has a little bit of like Bruce Irons esque to it. Got the split colors from the red
the
and
rising
the white.
sun. Or the split. Half the board is red and half the board is white.
So our servers from Japan doing a good job here. Here it is, grabbing rail. Kenshin Matsunaga.
Nice
successful ride.
Yeah, made it through the chandelier and doggy doored it out before that hood captured him. So yeah, John Henry Wise.
Yeah, so John Henry Wise was a boy, I don't know where to start. I'm trying to. There's so much to his life and story. The super. What we will. I'll start off by connecting him to Duke Hanamoku.
Oh,
so Wise was an athlete. He was also, he was an advocate for the Hawaiian Kingdom. He was a Hawaiian with a haole name. His dad had some German ancestry. His mom was full-blooded Hawaiian. And I don't know for sure if he was a surfer because it's not documented, but it's highly possible because he spent a lot of time. One of his best friends was Prince Jonah Kuhio. And Prince Jonah Kuhio was an avid surfer who was the first to bring surfing to California in Santa Cruz in 1885. But John Wise was a part of that generation. Him and Kuhio grew up together. But he was, speaking of David Stan in football, he was the first Hawaiian football player in college. He grew up on the Big Island on Kohala and was a very smart student. He went to a school in Hilo and then eventually to Kamehameha schools, and they said he was one of their smartest students. And so they tried to get him off to college. When he went to college, he played football there, which was a young sport. But what was really cool is that their first year they were terrible at Oberlin College in Ohio. The second year, they brought on a new coach by the name of John Heisman. Now, if you're familiar with football,
Heisman Trophy
the
Award.
Heisman Trophy Award goes to him. He's one of the best coaches that really put forward the forward pass and was a genius at strategy in the football field. And that coach took their team to beat the best teams in the nation on their second year. And John Wise was their top player. And here we go, up and riding from Team Japan.
Rico. This kid has been on fire, Rico Matsumoto. And not from Matsumoto Shave Ice. I'm sure he had a couple of those snow cones while he's staying on Hawaii. But this kid, 19 years old, barrel packer, backdoor, and pipeline.
Yeah, Riku, here's the replay. Nice steep one. Stands tall, looks up at the roof.
It's getting Jerry-esque.
Jerry Lopez.
And then he went for the Larry Lay. So, wow, I'm just like, my dad's a full-on football player. I was raised around Hawaii's